just momentarily popping out in between the rain. I wanted to double check to see if any crane fly larvae was hitting my lettuce, but everything seems intact. So, I pray that this is how it keeps going. Hi, I'm thinning my basil. I planted 6 soil blocks in pansies in each of the flats, and I'm only seeing 2 coming up. Okay, so I'm going to now seed some chives in these 12 paper pots, which hopefully don't suck the water right out of the soil. A little perlite on top and a little bit more water. We'll see how these guys do. Once I uncover these peas, you know, once the birds are gone, they're not gonna gobble the pea plants. The spotted cutworm moth are gonna go for the peas. And so I put some extra, whatever I had left of kale, along with bok choy here at either bed end. You know, I don't know if that's enough to pull the moths away, but I thought I'd give it a shot. So this week, I'm hoping that I can do something with this hugelkultur over here. This is where I want to plant some rhubarb, some fireweed, some chives, other things maybe. So I'm working on that. Hey dudes, there's a minute where it's not raining, so I thought I'd come out here and get some rusty pipe drinking water. I was gonna look out here and see if I couldn't find some fireweed for my hugelkultur. I'm not seeing anything down here, so I think I know maybe a better place. If I'm not mistaken, this is fireweed. Fireweed. Okay, so this fireweed was in some rhizomus grass. So I'm gonna try and take away as much soil as possible. It just broke. So I'm not, oh, I see, this is the root. Maybe the root is pretty brittle and I need to be careful. I tried to get the little ones. Okay, so I maybe just need to be really careful. I'm just gonna have a nice big hole like that. Fireweed. You guys, I'm so happy. Okay, so I've got all of these guys planted. There's a total of 8 of them. It just occurred to me that I was seeing a lot of these fireweed tops nibbled off, and that would mean probably deer coming through, nibbling the fresh sprouts, shoots, whatever you want to call them. Okay, here it is. I just put some insect netting over the top of them. So the original plan for this hugelkultur was for blueberries, but then I don't know, I'd have to keep the deer out of the blueberries. And I thought, well, I can put this other stuff out here and the deer won't get it. Uh-oh, people. The wind yanked the row cover clips. My new shiny row cover clips off. And even here, what I'm doing here is I've got double clips on these. And I thought maybe if I've got these 2 ends every hoop, but then I skip a hoop. But I tried like clipping on another hoop and it just gathers it too much. Okay, so let's see how double clips work. On to the hugelkultur. Okay, so now my little fireweed fellows have hoops and clips. So I brought Tyler out here this morning to show him my fireweed. And then he felt all sad for the fireweed because it seemed like it was smashed over with the insect netting. And so I came out here and put hoops around him. There's a brave little bird. That's definitely a fox sparrow kicking around. Bok choy is getting really big over here. Shading out my lettuces that are planted underneath. I'm already finding slugs in the bok choy, which I do not want. And over here, the lettuces are doing pretty good. Spinach is going crazy, especially over in this patch. Okay, so I've got this little patch here cut, and that's all I need is spinach. And I yanked out most of the bok choy in the middle here. And I've got 6 plants. A few radishes here at the bed ends. These are just to attract away slugs. They must prefer bok choy, but these guys are ready. Oh man, so pretty. Oh my goodness, peeps. Oh, it's overgrown. Maybe 1 row of orach to thin that out a little bit, and get a few bunches of mizuna and take whatever little small ones I have, make salad mix out of those, and then the bigger leaf I can just, you know, chop up for us. And I think what I'm going to do is early next week, I'm going to harvest much of this. Get a table at the community market once a month. It is on May 18th on a Saturday, I believe. And sell as much of this and the bok choy and everything else as I can. And whatever I can't sell, I'll freeze. I cut 1 row of orach and a half a row of mustard. Oh my gosh, I've got so much stuff. Parsley, still a little small, but cilantro could get planted out, and so could the dill, right? But they'll probably hold a little bit longer in their soil blocks. I ended up with 2, 4, 5 bags of baby greens mix and 3 of the larger mizuna, about 4 ounces each. And the bok choy ended up as 3 about 12 ounce bunches. Should I buy these 3 little blueberry plants? They're $30 each. I'd really like to get these huckleberries, but they're pretty expensive. Maybe if they go on sale, I'll get some. And then there's some blackberries over here. Blackberries. So dudes, I ended up buying the blueberries. All 3 of the plants. So I guess I'll be planting blueberries like I originally had planned. The sun popped out today after lots of rain. And I was checking my lettuce bed again, and I am seeing what looks like crane fly larva damage. Everybody here is fine. Until, where's the first one I saw? I guess it was in this first batch that I planted. So this one is almost gone. Then I've got 2 here that are completely gone. And 1 here that's getting hit. And it's possible that it's slugs. So dudes, here I was blaming the crane fly larva. And what it looks like is a little slug. I don't know if you can see that. There he is, chomping away at the lettuce. So here's another one. And this is definitely slug damage. The crane fly larvae only go for the base of the stem, and they just cut it off and everything dies. But this is something eating a leaf. Okay, so this lettuce has something else going on here, where the center is being eaten, and I'm seeing these little tiny, oh, I wish I could, let's see, let's put it up against this. Can you see that? Okay, tell me who these guys are. I've never seen these guys. I've seen them in the soil before, but I've never seen them eating my plants. I've got a stick, a couple sticks, another stick, I've got logs at both ends by the bok choy. And we'll just see if they will hunker down there during the day. Everybody's looking pretty good in here. Except for I saw this one kale. It was looking extra lifeless. And he's been nibbled right at the stem. So, not sure. That could be slug. Crane fly larva would probably hit it a little bit lower the stem. So I don't know, that one's probably done for. The only other thing I saw in these two beds is a bok choy completely eaten down right at the bed end. So I went to put my log over here. There's the one, and this one is completely eaten, and this bed of chard looks fine, except for this one's definitely getting eaten by slugs. So gave him a little log and put logs next to the bok choy at both these guys' bed ends. So we're just gonna call that good for now. When I was downtown today, I definitely saw a golden crowned sparrow. Those are the ones that eat vegetation. So last night we had a bunch of wind gusts, and then Tyler, he wakes up earlier than I do in the morning, and he said that it was really windy this morning, probably with this weather change. But even so, it seems like the double clips hold up. So, you know, we'll see. There's a community garden plant swap tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. I've got a mix of my French fingerlings, magic mollies, and some German butterballs that I've had stored in the fridge all winter. I decided to also grab like a few chard, a few lettuce, one bok choy, just in case people are looking for something, you know. Okay, so I ended up with 4 zucchini plants. Some of them have 2 plants per pot. I don't know if I can pull them apart without killing them though. And I got a nasturtium because the pansies that I started, I only got 2 little tiny ones. And it's because I was just bothered by the fact that I'm gonna have this big open space in the center here with nothing growing. Hi, buddy. I need to transplant these. Okay, there they are. My first 3 blueberry plants. Probably just planted a couple feet apart. And I just kind of scavenged from around them and built the soil up around them. And later I'll bring some more soil into this whole area. This is crazy. Oh, there's a fluttery buddy right there, fluttering around. Flutter, flutter. I've got some extra lettuce planted in here, and I planted the opposite color so I'll know that those are the ones I replaced. Didn't find anything in my wood traps, but I did find, there it is. That looks like a crane fly larva to me. I think, or some such something or other. I just broadcast some microclover underneath the chard that I transplanted last week. I didn't expect to transplant them, so I didn't get the clover. I forgot about it. You know, I got the clover broadcast underneath the kale last week, but anyway, it's catching up. And I've got 1 drip hose left that actually works. And so then I moved everything in. Dudes, you're not gonna believe how sleazy I made this hose. Okay, so these are the 4 hoses going to all 4 of my existing greenhouse beds, right? And I had this one that I could use to fill water jugs with and stuff. So I just brought a whole roll of hose and I dug a hole and stuffed it underneath the greenhouse. And it runs down here and attaches to 2 drip hoses, and that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, you guys, this is crazy. I threw a little fertilizer into the soil and then I planted them. I didn't separate them because it looked like I might kill them if I did it. And I might have wanted to plant them a little closer at the end, but I just decided to evenly space them. Once they get bigger, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to walk through here. I thought maybe I'll just clip back some of the foliage. And here's my nasturtium. La-di-da-di-dee. Okay, dudes. So this is me doing all the things I'm not supposed to do. I was supposed to make this season very simple and straightforward, and now I'm complicating things. But I have been wanting to plant that hugelkultur for a very, very long time. And I'm pretty excited about the blueberries and the fireweed. And I'll have chives out there. Anyway, yes, next week I guess I'll be selling at the market. But that's the plan. Stan, see you guys then.